Hey guys, Colby here. Welcome back to another raid video. I thought to make this video today to show you guys my updated Fire Night team. I thought to go ahead and remake it since I had like some brand new champions in and try to make a team that I made on somebody else during a takeover. And the funny thing is, like, I do have the champions to make multiple different teams, right? The big thing about the game right now, it's blessings. Blessings play a huge role into how much you can progress through specific dungeons in terms of your gear that you already have. So let's say you have gear that would be good enough to push. If you have the blessings, you can potentially get up to a 50% extra damage boost just because of that, plus whatever the blessing brings into the table in terms of like utility, right? So if you can imagine my lady Mikage right here, if she had a higher blessing, which I've used the Phantom Touch on, she would have had up to a 35% chance to get an extra hit on the Fire Knight plus the 100% chance from the Phantom Touch. So her default attack would have been a +1 attack plus the 35% chance to hit. So plus all the other stats, which are amazing for mythicals. It's just extra 20 speed on 6-star. It's just huge. But we all know how difficult the 6-stars are to get. So it's an obvious thing, and it's all up to RNG, at least for me, to get them. So when I went ahead to make the teams today, I was building different stuff, trying to make Mikage work together with Genzen, and I'll show you guys my attempts with that one, or just remake the team, I guess, to show you with that one. But the idea is to use Genzen because of his triple hit attack plus the defense down that he has, in order to utilize together with Mikage's A1 skill, which attacks one enemy with the one random ally from the Shadow King faction. So this allows for multiple situations where multi-hits happen on the boss, and basically we get the shield down much quicker, and you don't need to have 2 newts to actually beat the boss. The team that I was trying to build had 1 newt, and I also went ahead and built this guy here, which I know many people have. He was the last guaranteed in terms of summons during the Armance fusion. At the end, we had a path of fate, or whatever it's called, path of whatever, St. Patrick's path, whatever they wanted to call it at that time. We had this guy, Old Patrick. I kind of like this guy a lot because he provides extra utility through his passive. Increase attack if you're an attack-based champion. Increase defense if you're a defense-based champion. So it boosts your damage through that. If you're a support, you get increased accuracy, and if you're HP based, you get a shield. Funnily enough, for this guy, he's a support, so he gets an increased accuracy buff, and then he doesn't have any use for that increased accuracy. It's funny that they made him support. They could have made him an HP based champion just to make sense for him to get a shield, because nothing else. He doesn't get any benefit from the increased accuracy. It's just crazy how sometimes Plarium thinks when designing champions. It's like they think with 50% of their brain off or something. They just wake up, they don't have their coffee first, and they don't think, okay, how am I going to use this champion's buff that he gives? It's a unique thing that this guy only does, and oh yeah, he's not going to get any benefit from him. Whatever. So there, yeah, if I had the 5-star on him, that would have been amazing. And I went ahead and built him with a ton of speed. Like, I moved some good gear around just to make this possible. I'm not sure if you can build it slower. You should be able to build it slower. I have built it slower, but it's relatively easier for me because I've been doing Hydra for some time now. So through the Hydra Clash, I managed to get these sets, the protection sets, through Ring, Amulet, and Banner. And a 5-piece bonus was achievable, allowing me to get a double speed boost right here, which is pretty nice if you think about it. So I basically have 2 speed sets and then another 2 speed sets on top of that one. Pretty cool, and that allowed me to go all the way to 360 speed plus whatever I have available through the Fire Knight bonuses that I've been farming for some time now through Live Arena. So Live Arena is very important, guys. If you're not doing it, you should. I know it takes time, but I have to say it, right? I haven't done any fights today yet, but I try to do it sometimes. Sometimes I let other people play on my account and push it. It depends. But I've been mainly focusing Cursed City because everything else is on farm, relatively comfortable. So let's go now. I'll show you guys my team I made for speed farming. I've been rambling for the start of the video, but I want to show you guys my team. It's actually fast. 118 is the fastest I've done, and I can make this much faster if I had like a single blessing. And the funny thing is, I built a third Kaimar for this one, which I wasn't even. I'm using the second Kaimar here. My God, I gotta I gotta be more mindful, because this Kaimar is the one that I'm supposed to use. It's my nuke Kaimar. He's not built in Savage, I don't think. I don't have much Savage that can get to like these speeds. Not unless I start unequipping champions that I don't want unequip. You know, remove gear. So the idea is double ally attack plus 1 nuker and newt. All right. The nuker that I had, I was trying genzen. I was trying the rabbit. It wasn't working out for me because I don't have any blessings. So I thought, all right, let's just throw 2 newts on this problem and see how it does, and it worked. So let's go into the fight. We'll see. It's kind of slow on the waves. I'm gonna be honest here. It's not how I want this to be. I want this to be faster on the waves, but it is what it is, right? So the waves go a little bit slow. You'll see it now. It takes like 16, 17 seconds even to beat this one. Actually, I should have disabled newt A2 there, so he saves it for this wave. At least have 1 A2 there available. So this is gonna go slow. The biggest threat here is actually Riho, what you see there on the right. Riho can reflect the first round of debuffs that she received through her passive, right? So that gets pretty dangerous for me. And look at this, it's already going for like 43 seconds, which I don't like. This, the second newt is gonna go now, probably. Oh no, okay. We had Patrick go in there and hit with his staff and get this. So ally attacks going into the final round. We dropped the shields to 12, right? So that's 9 down. We go in with another round of ally attacks. And you can see we finish this with two shields on the boss. The newt goes in there with his A3. Unfortunately, he's not able there to go and do full damage, but we get another ally attack. Newts go in there for multiple hits with their freeze, and that allows for turn meter control. So look at the boss there. His turn meter is dropping quite a lot. We're getting lots of resist there. Very surprising. There's the newt with the A3, and then there's the second newt going in again with the A3. Finishing off with a 128. Pretty good. Like, this is not... Oh. My RSL helper immediately put me into another fight. Let's exit. I want to show you guys on how to basically build this team if you are somebody who's looking to make this team for yourself. Basically, you want to have the ally attackers be really fast. 345 is what I have. A little bit of damage on them. Sets, if you can give them a damage set, yeah, go for it. But 345 on Mikage, 375 on Patrick. I know you don't need all of these speed because I've built it with lower speeds. I'm just saying, if you have it around, might as well throw it because they're going to be usable in stuff like the Cursed City. The newts, they're about the same. 270 speed, 428 accuracy here, 385, and I still got resisted there multiple times in a row, which makes zero sense to me. Honestly, it's like a 3% chance, 3.2% chance, and it's still getting resisted. And then my new Kaimar is at a 260 speed with 281 crit damage, plus everything else I get from the Fire Knight bonuses on Live Arena. In terms of the sets, Newt and Newt both have lethal or savage. Of course, I want them to be doing as much damage as possible, but everybody else does not have savage, obviously. If I did have, maybe things would have been a little bit more smoother. And that's basically it for the team, right? It's not something that it's easy team to make. It's an end game team, of course. The double newt is a huge help here, and having just a tiny bit of blessings also helps with the damage potential. Okay, not because of what the blessings do, like a 2-star, but when you're fighting bosses anything above 21, I think, or is it just hard mode? There's this new passive, right, that was added not so long ago. Decreases the damage inflicted by the boss for each awakening level, and then increases damage received by the boss for each awakening level. So if you have a full awakening, awakening 6, then you can do up to 50% more damage. The first two is just 5% more damage, but it adds up, you know, it adds up, especially if you're looking to get as much push as possible. And Phantom Touch, with only 2 Phantom Touches at a very low rank, 2 and 1, it doesn't even count for anything. But if I did have higher ranks, that point, if you remember, guys, when I was hitting the shield with Nude at the end, where the shield was at 2, it would ideally be at 0, and the Nude would have gone there with his A3 on full blast and doing 20% of the boss's health just there. Instead, he hit down the shield and it did like 1% damage or whatever it does because of the shield mitigation that it does. So 20 seconds on wave 1. Obviously, that should be faster if I had better gear, but I'm fine, right? As long as it works, I'm all right with it. So let's see, A2 there. Should get another A2 here from the other Newt. And some good damage going. Don't attack me, don't kill me. All right, that's actually tricky now. That you see there, my Kaimar getting hit by that one. If it crits and does big damage, I'm gonna be, you know, wrecked. So I'll have to think about maybe building that a little bit better. So you see, we reach the boss at 50 seconds, which is not something I like. 2 on the shield counter for the boss, unfortunately. And I hit with the other Newt, dropping the boss essentially to 55% health or something. We go in there with the ally attacks. Let's see if I get any resists. No resist, that's good. Terminator is low. There's more A1s. If Giant Slayer procs, then great. Adds an additional % damage. But if not, then we have the Newts going. I mean, if the Newts had higher blessings, even the Executioner blessing or whatever it's called would have played a role there. But a pretty cool team, very comfortable in terms of beating this one. As long as it's consistent, I'm fine with it. So what I was trying to do earlier without the second Newt was basically using Genzen, all right? And I'll remove Newt number 2 just to show you guys and break the team basically. So I was using Genzen, and I made this team before for multiple people. So the idea behind this is you use Genzen, and Genzen's role is to do damage on the waves and help push those waves a lot. So I have him with 290 speed, 280 crit damage, not in a savage set, but if I had a savage set, it would have cleared it much quicker. And then on round 3, we lock out his A3, we start him with the A1, and then the A2 will be available when he has it available, right? So you'll see on how this does, and it might be successful if I get multiple Phantom Touches. It's just I don't have the same amount of damage if my Newt does not freeze the boss, right? So he does not reduce Terminator. If he does not reduce Terminator, the boss will counterattack and I'll be in trouble, even though I have all this ally attack skills and everything. So you see the waves are going much quicker now with Genzen in there, using multiple different skills on everybody, but basically allowing the ally attacks to be held until, oh come on, there's the crit there on the Kaimar. That was unfair. All right, let's exit and go back in there. That was unfair by that was unfair by that Riho. I really gotta figure out how to beat her consistently just so that it doesn't mess things up. But there's wave 1. You see, so much quicker than the previous team with the double Newt. So here, decreased defense. Ideally, I should have opened with something else so that the decreased defense would land on Riho. Maybe that's the problem. There's the decreased attack on her. Okay, that's good. Okay, now it was better because the Mikage started with her hit and Genzen helped. So 36 seconds to reach on the boss. You see 14 on the boss, 11 now when Newt attacks. There's Genzen, there's the ally attacks. Newt goes in there. We should be able to see Newt go again with his A3. Genzen should go with the A2. More ally attacks now because we get the reset from Kaimar. That's pretty good. If you have another reset, you can try it out, but Kaimar is obviously very nice. There's the defense down also. Now, Newt will go to take the boss to about 20% health. And then here, like if I had the damage, right? If I had the damage here, I should have been able to take out the boss's remaining health with everybody else before the boss gets a turn. So let's see, we hit the boss a little bit. There's some poisons. There's Genzen attacking. So you see, it works, but it's not consistent for me because of Phantom Touch. I think actually their Phantom Touch must have procced at least once, which is like 5% chance with these blessings that I have. So if I had higher blessings, I would have used this team instead and have about the same clear time. I've done faster than this, and you guys can do faster than this with stronger sets on your champions. So this is obviously room for improvement for this one. But let me just show you the AI as well, just in case anybody's considering it. As I said, lock out the A2 for sure, and then use it as priority on the boss. Same thing goes with Mikage. You can open with Mikage at the start because she'll get a reset slowly because of her turns. If you're killing stuff too quickly, you shouldn't open with this one, and just do your things normally, and then disable the A2 on the boss, and priority on the boss, obviously, for her ally attack. Newt, obviously, Blessed Bash, you don't use it. And then Fury of the King A2, you don't need it on the boss, you need it on the waves to kill them quicker. Prince Kaimar, don't use your reset, and he just does a little bit of damage. You want your reset when you reach the boss. And then Genzen, can do your A2 here at round 1. You can do your A2 on round 3. It's good to have, but I think I'm gonna have him open with the A1 there. Maybe that's more consistent, but that's pretty much it, at least for the Genzen team. For Newt, for the new team, double new team, it's the same as this Newt has. I think though I'm gonna stay with the Newt version of this team. Lady Mikage obviously allows for Genzen to act as a big multi-hitter. But the problem is, of course, gear. I know gear is an issue, guys, but this is an endgame team. At least the most difficult of the dungeons. In terms of stat requirements, it was, I believe, the last one that anybody ever made, like a speed tuning team. This is not the fastest team for what I know. There's like a team that does it in 30 seconds. But it's a big whale team, and it's just crazy gear requirements across the board. So a little bit faster here, 30 seconds. Okay, let's see on the boss though. If my double new team had that clear time, I would have been happier. But you see, 12 on the boss. So Genzen goes in there with the A1. He hits 3 times. Then there's Newt, decreasing turn meter a little bit there, a little bit though. You get the ally attacks going through. You're gonna have Newt attack with these A1, barely reduces the turn meter, and then another time we might not be able to do what I want here. About 55% of the boss, so at 22%. See, the problem there was the turn meter decreased by Newt. I couldn't reduce the shield enough for it to actually matter. So this is already a fail for me because of Phantom Touch. That would have made this team perfect, I think. Perfect. But good thing I have a double Newt. So that's why I showcased both of the teams, guys. This was the video for today, guys. The Fire Knight team. Pretty interesting. I want to see your teams down below in the comments if you have something better, if you're using something different. Of course, you don't have to build what I built, but I want to see some variation in the future. Maybe that helps people out. Thanks a lot again, guys, for watching and subscribing to the channel. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you all in the next one. See ya.